Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to another ATP video. Today we'll be talking about Leptospira. You probably didn't hear about it, but if you did, then you're doing a great job preparing for your future exams. Either way, we will get you introduced to this bug. Without further ado, let's begin. Leptospira interrogans is a spirochete. Spirochetes are spirally shaped bacteria, hence their name. They are characterized by the presence of periplasmic flagella and their axial filaments. These structures help spirochetes assume their shape and aid in their corkscrew-like motion. You probably have discussed three clinically important spirochetes in your team-based learning, TBL for short. So keep your TBL in mind because it will be our acronym to remember spirochetes. T for treponema, B for Borrelia, and L for Leptospira. Leptospira interrogans will be our focus for today. Don't worry, the turn will come to the first two in our future videos. Now in regards to Leptospira's name, in Latin, lepto means thin and spira means spiral, which reflects its appearance. Since Leptospira is too thin, it's usually difficult for it to be visualized with gram staining. However, Leptospira has a cell wall that is similar in structure to gram-negative bacteria. Leptospira is a mobile, obligate aerobic spirochete, and it's usually found in water that is contaminated with animals' urine. For its transmission, Leptospira interrogans is transmitted to humans through a direct contact between urine-contaminated water with either defective skin wound, mucous membranes, or even through ingestion of contaminated food. Think of Leptospira when dealing with patients who are farmers or recreational water users, like surfers in unclean areas, since they are at higher risk of getting this infection. Also, note that human-to-human transmission is extremely rare. Leptospira interrogans often replicates in the kidneys and liver, which are directly impacted in the pathogenesis of this bug. Leptospira interrogans can cause two diseases. You can think of them as a spectrum of a mild disease and a more severe one. The mild form is known as leptospirosis. It's characterized by two important features: myalgia, especially in the calves, and conjunctival erythema without exudate, which is also known as conjunctival suffusion. In addition to that, patients might have flu-like illness and jaundice. The more severe form is Weil disease, also known as icterohemorrhagic leptospirosis, icterus from jaundice. Remember this pentad and you'll be good to go: kidney injury, liver injury, fever, hemorrhage, and anemia. So if a question asks about a surfer with fever, hemorrhage, jaundice, and lab results showing high BUN, creatinine, and abnormal liver function test, in addition to low hemoglobin, what would you confidently say? Leptospira all the way. #bars. To confirm the diagnosis, we can detect IgM antibodies using enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay, ELISA for short. However, this test is not highly specific for Leptospira and can give false positive results in the presence of other infections. Thus, the gold standard for diagnosis of Leptospira is microscopic agglutination test, MAT for short. Simply, it's done by mixing patient's serum with various Leptospira serovars. If the patient is infected, the generated antibodies would react with Leptospira antigens, resulting in agglutination, which can be then detected under dark field microscopy. Polymerase chain reaction can also be employed to detect Leptospira genes, which will also aid in the diagnosis. As for the treatment, it's debatable if the patient has mild disease. However, severe cases may need treatment with one of these options: penicillin, doxycycline, or third-generation cephalosporin. For prevention, trying to keep yourself protected is the best measure, by wearing appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE for short, and ensuring good hand and food hygiene. In addition, people living in endemic areas who are at higher risk may benefit from taking doxycycline as a preventive measure over a limited period of time. Alright, to sum up, Leptospira interrogans is a gram-negative spirochete, which has periplasmic flagella. It's transmitted to humans through their contact with water that is contaminated with animals' urine. It can cause leptospirosis or icterohemorrhagic leptospirosis, otherwise known as Weil disease, which is the severe form. Microscopic agglutination test, MAT, is the gold standard for diagnosis. And lastly, its treatment is based on the severity of the disease. If indicated, antibiotics can be used. And that's it for Leptospira. We hope you found it beneficial. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to receive our latest explanations. And as always, thanks for watching.